All right, here we go then. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, August 26, 2020. Another warm day in the city of Fitchburg. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. It's getting hot out there. Yeah, definitely another warm day, and warm is pretty much the theme for the rest of this week. Showers and thunderstorms will move in, sounds like Thursday into Friday, so maybe that will cool things down as we go into the weekend. But haven't had a heat wave like this in a little bit, so it's been something. Haven't even got out on a bike ride. Been too lazy to go out in that heat, so yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. But it's all right. I'll just tell you about my day and how it's going. We got a busy show here for you today. I'm so used to doing the uhs too. Sorry, folks. Trying to get better. And we're going to kick things off here with your headlines in just a moment. Talk to you about the road closure happening tonight. And we'll be talking with Bill Balke, as well as we have your Fitchburg road construction update. They'll be putting up that bridge tonight with for the bikes and everything over McKee. So I think we're going to have a crew go out for it. So we might actually have some time-lapse video of that bridge going up. So we're very excited for that. And then we're going to take you out to Fitchburg EMS. They got a rehab trailer. You're like, well, what's rehab? Well, days like today and certain situations can call for a rehab trailer. And Andrew went out and filmed the story. Who'd you film this with, Jeff or Patrick? Patrick. Yeah, EMS chief. So we'll check in with those guys and learn about this new rehab trailer. But for now, let's go right into your headlines. We do start with that McKee Road closure. McKee Road will be closed tonight as part of this construction project. They'll be putting the Badger State Trail overpass bridge. They'll lift that into place, so that calls for closure of McKee Road. There is a signed detour. Andrew was kind enough to put that up for you, and that takes you around Seminole Highway, Sub-Zero Parkway, and Commerce Park Drive. This night closure will begin tonight at 8 p.m., goes till 5 a.m. tomorrow. If you got any questions, you can contact Bill Balke, or we'll just talk to him next segment and answer all the questions you ever had here on Talking Fitchburg. All right, Fitchburg Senior Center, they have their Dine Out fundraiser coming up. The Friends of the Fitchburg Senior Center, that is. Support the Fitchburg Senior Center Friends at Benvenuto's in Fitchburg on Wednesday, September 2nd. Lunch or dinner, 11 to 9 p.m., all those orders and proceeds, 25% of it, will directly go to the Friends group. So call in. You could do pickup. You could go sit and eat there. Whatever the case may be, lunch or dinner, make sure you do it and help support a great cause. Very important. Carson's in. I can hear him over there. He likes that Benvenuto's. All right, a slice of apple pie drive-by at the Fitchburg Senior Center. What goes good with Benvenuto's? Pie. I don't know. Drive-by. Yeah, Andrew says, drive-by the Senior Center on Wednesday, September 23rd from 1 to 2 p.m. Pick up your delicious slice of apple pie. My favorite pie is apple pie. From your own Rolling Pin Bake. Oh. Ooh. I made a pie with Tanya before. Their pies are amazing. Suggested donation is $1, and thanks for your support to the Fitchburg Senior Center Friends Group. Hope to see you there. Whew. Good old apple pie. Boy, nothing says fall like apple pie. That's all I'm saying. Love me some apple pie. All right, turning our attention to the U.S. Census. U.S. Census Bureau is ending all counting efforts for the 2020 census on September 30th. That's 1 month sooner than previously announced. The census chugs along during the pandemic, and if you've not already completed your 2020 census, don't delay. You have different ways about doing this. Number one, fill out your hard copy and receive it in the mail. Number two, go online to my2020census.gov or follow the directions. And then you could always call the Fitchburg Senior Center at 270-4290. They'll help you out. And one of the social workers can walk you through it. So very easy to do. Takes no time at all. So make sure you do get that taken care of. Very important stuff there. And yeah, that's all I can say. Just do it. You want to be counted. All right. Annual Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign begins or has begun and runs through Labor Day to enhance public safety and deter impaired drivers. State and local law enforcement agency across Wisconsin will patrol in greater numbers for longer hours during the Drive Sober and Get Pulled Over campaign. That started on Friday, August 21st and continues through Labor Day. That's September 7th. little bit later this year. Primary goal of the federal, state, local initiative is to enhance public safety and prevent needless tragedies by encouraging drivers to be safe and responsible. Wisconsin Department of Transportation or Secretary Designee Craig Thompson says. Last year in Wisconsin, there were 6,058 alcohol-related crashes that injured 2,918 people and resulted in 140 deaths, or about 1/4 of all traffic-related deaths. As of 2019, there were 23,803 OWI convictions. While alcohol-impaired driving remains a significant concern, Wisconsin and many other states are seeing growing challenges with drug-impaired drivers, people whose ability to safely operate a motor vehicle is compromised by illegal drugs, prescription, or over-the-counter medications. To deter impaired driving, Wisconsin currently has 5,223 law enforcement officers trained in advanced roadside impaired driving enforcement. ARIDE training helps officers detect potential impaired drivers and prevent serious crashes. 310 highly trained drug recognition experts among most in the nation, and 23 multiple jurisdiction high visibility OWI enforcement task force that operate year round across the state. How can citizens help? Well, if you plan to celebrate, identify a sober driver. Never allow someone else to get behind the wheel if they're impaired. If you suspect a driver is impaired, safely call 911. Be prepared to provide as much detail about the driver, vehicle, and your location. Download the free Drive Sober mobile app from Wisconsin DOT's website. Among its functions, the app includes a Find a Ride feature to help you locate local transportation alternatives. And it's launched in Labor Day of 2013. About 75,000 people have accessed the app. It is a really cool app. If you haven't downloaded it, you should. And some taverns and restaurants do have programs to provide patrons with safe ride home programs. So, yeah, super important stuff. Always good to talk when we get close to a holiday weekend. And I know that's next weekend, but hey, we want you to be safe out there. And please, please, please stay sober when you're on the roads. All right, finally, the Better Business Bureau has back to school internet safety tips. Super important as we get back to school, and definitely going to be a lot more at home stuff through the internet here. So let's get right into this. And this is what we've got. Let me make sure I've got this here. All right. Several school districts may be picking up where they left off in March when many schools in the country suddenly shut down due to concerns over coronavirus. Now, as we approach the beginning of the school year, teachers, administrators, and families are adapting to the unusual first day of school. And many schools have focused on online learning. The Better Business Bureau, BBB, encourages everyone to stay safe while online and avoid being an easy target for online scammers. So parents, be careful. Yeah, creating an account on the websites without permission. Social media sites are ripe with strangers and intentions that may be quite different than yours. Many sites are designed to collect and sell unauthorized user details and behaviors to advertisers looking to engage in targeted marketing. When creating an account, some kids may falsely create a birth date to meet the minimum age requirement. Know what your child is doing online and keep track of social media sites and accounts which they have access to. Contests and giveaways often collect hefty amounts of personal information on their entry form. Many of these thinly designated ways of collecting personal and financial information that could lead to identity theft. Make sure that your child does not have access to banking or credit card information and supervise them when filling out any of the forms. Phishing. This is a big one, folks. Adults are the only ones that receive spam and junk mail. Yeah, kids are often get junk mail, and since they don't have much experience online, are more likely to subscribe or be susceptible to clicks on these links and answer questions they probably shouldn't. While emails may be legitimate, the last thing parents want or need is a $500 bill from a fraudulent website where a purchase may have been made, or worse, giving up personal information that can be tracked back to your home. Understand apps. Short of applications, apps are downloaded software to operate on various devices, such as smartphones. However, certain apps might collect and share personal information about your child or target your child's ads. So even free apps may include paid features. In fact, almost all the apps have some type of paid piece to them for the most part. You got to be careful. You should check those out ahead of time. And make sure you don't end up with a bill. And I know Andrew with the Apple Apple devices, and I'm sure any devices definitely has those parent controls. You should probably set those up on phones for the kiddos. File sharing sites. Many websites allow children to download free media, but do you really know if it's free? And it also comes with risks of downloading a virus, and other identity thieves have access to your gaming devices and so many other things. So you got to be careful with that. Video conferencing tools, just like businesses, make certain online softwares use, deliver lectures, classroom, like Zoom, and then you also have that Zoom bombing stuff. Got to be careful about that stuff. And there's a lot more tips. Head to the BBB's website for more information. They got everything you need and keep you covered and safe as you come into the school year. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. Got Bill Balke here with your Fitchburg road construction update. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from his office up high at City Hall, it's Bill Balke. It's only high because you're on the second floor, so I mean, it only makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Bill, welcome back to the show. I don't know why you keep coming back when you have to deal with this weird guy on the other end, but we certainly appreciate it.
I enjoy being here, Jeremy.
I don't know, by that delay, I'm a little worried about that. Bill, we got a lot to get to today. We'll talk about the road closure happening tonight in just a little bit, but let's start over on Fish Hatchie Road. Finally got to drive over there the other day, and it is like total transformation. If you haven't been through there in a while, it looks really awesome. Tell us what we've got going on over there.
Yeah, we've got a lot of construction going on. The utilities are being completed up there. The walls are going up. We're looking to do a traffic switch, closing down Traceway Drive coming up on Monday. And then in a couple of weeks after that, we're going to be closing down. No, I'm sorry, not closing it down, but doing the construction up at Greenway Cross. So there's going to be a lot of changes up there starting the 14th. And then I'll have to get some more maps out for you so everybody knows where to go and what to do.
Yeah, no worries. We'll keep them up to date on what's going on. Bill, talk a little bit about those retaining walls. Those are really thick walls. So beforehand, it was a different kind of retaining wall that washed out every once in a while. These are like heavy material. I just happened to notice it when I was driving by that they're pretty thick blocks that they're putting in there.
Yeah, they're meant to last for quite a while. The larger blocks are 4 to 6 feet wide on the bottom to hold back. They're made out of concrete with some salt stuff.
Matt?
No, it's a salt prohibit, corrosion for, it's prohibitive.
Oh, gotcha.
That it won't pop out and everything. So we've got that. So they're meant to last for a long time and be a nice part of Fitchburg. So it'll be a really nice wall when we get down there. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, they definitely look like they're strong, and then the face of them too. Like you said, once it's all done, it's going to look really, really nice there as you come down that corridor. And again, just seeing the way it looks between Wallabout Greenway and then moving. And I always get my east and west and north and south screwed up on that road, but it's just looking really good, Bill. And we'll keep everybody up to date on those traffic switches coming up here real soon. Now let's transition over to McKee Road, where tonight we've got the big bridge, and it's cool that it's been sitting out there. When did that thing get delivered?
It was about, it was either last week or the week before on a Thursday. I think it was the 13th. So it's been there for a couple
pretty, when you drive by, you're like, wait, why is the bridge there? But if you've been watching our show, you know that bridge is going up, and it's going up tonight, Bill. Tell us what's going on and why we have to close the road down for this.
Yeah, we're closing McKee Road down between Spoke and Marketplace to lift the bridge into place. It's anticipated that we're going to be closing the road about 8 o'clock, and we'll have the crane out there ready to pick it up, and it should be a couple of hours to set it in place, and then we'll get the road open back up again. So it's going to be a quick.
Is it just a one crane operation, or are they doing it with two?
No, it's one crane. It's a large crane. It's capable of lifting 400 tons, so it's plenty big.
Well, we're scheduled to have a crew out there tonight, Bill, so we're gonna do our best to try to capture this. Hopefully that person will be able to stay awake, while they're out there filming it. But we'll try to get some video and a time lapse on that. After that gets in place, how long before that actually opens up? Is that still quite a ways down the road?
Yeah, we've got to tie the paths in. We got to put the concrete deck on, get the lighting situated up there. So we're looking probably into October before it opens up to go over the path.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure you clarified that because people might see that the bridge is up and like, oh, the path has got to be open now, right? And that definitely is not the case. A lot of work to come. As far as road work in that area, any other updates on that front?
We opened up the Badger State Trail path up to McKee Road, so now you can use the path on the south side to get down to the Cannonball Path or the Military Ridge Bridge down there to continue your way. So we've got that. And then on Monday also we're going to be, no, not on Monday. I'll have to get you some new dates. We're going to be closing down Commerce Park Drive for some construction over there. And I've got some dates. I just don't have them off the top of my head. It'll be the second week in September after Labor Day.
No worries. We'll pass those along as they come up. So it's not a problem, Bill. We got you covered here. Finally, just real quick, a check over on Lacey Road and MM. How is that project sitting?
The pavement intersection's all done up there. We're working with City Madison to get the traffic signals installed. So over the next couple of weeks, the signals will be installed and operational.
Fantastic. It'll be right in time for school open up here.
Yeah, actually school, opening up.
Well, yeah, I mean, however it opens up, right? I mean, it'll still be ready to get into that new Oregon school there. So very excited. Well, Bill, thank you so much for the update. Appreciate it. I know there's a lot of projects, and I don't know how you keep them all straight, but thank you so much for your hard work. And if people want to learn more about the project, certainly go to the website, fitchburgwi.gov, and you can get the latest updates from there. Bill, any other info to pass along?
No, just apologize for being a little scattered this morning. It's not my usual update, but it's
unbelievable, Bill. Very not disappointed in you.
Okay.
You're doing just fine, bud. We'll pass on the info as we get it.
Thanks for your patience.
All right. No problem. That's your Public Works Director, Bill Balke. We'll check back in with him next week. And during the week, we always, if there's any updates that he does pass along, like this road closure tonight, we start talking about it in the early part of the week. So we do pass that on our regular show. So you don't just have to wait for this update is what I'm getting at. All right, we'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we're talking about the rehab trailer with Fitchrona EMS. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household. but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, now in the guest segment, and today we're going to take a road trip to Fitchburg EMS main station. It is in Verona, and they have a new piece of equipment that helps with rehab. And if you don't know what rehab is and you don't know what equipment is, well, then this interview is perfect for you. Take a look.
Sure, so this is our rehab trailer. This is actually something new for us here at Fitchburg. Essentially, it came about from Dane County, the Dane County EMS, Dane County Emergency Management, had some previously around the county had 4, essentially we call them disaster trailers. The city of Madison also has one, the Dane County Airport has one, as you can imagine, people with larger facilities have them. Finding out that cost to maintain them and the usage of them, that the county decided they could probably downsize some of those trailers, just looking through some logistics. So essentially these trailers came up, and one of the things we had talked about and seen essentially probably in 2019, we had a couple incidents of large-scale events, mainly structure fires and training days on the fire side of the world. So there is a rehab trailer. It lives in Stoughton, but it's kind of subject to the availability of Stoughton to be able to get that somewhere. So after a couple large events we had here, one in Verona, one in Fitchburg last year, and that rehab trailer was unavailable, we started looking at some options. So since the county was actually decommissioning some of those mass casualty trailers, there was a trailer that became available. So I asked the county if they would be willing to donate a trailer to us. That trailer is standing next to us. So kind of some projects of how to equip. This was a non-budgeted item, so how do we support this trailer to support our firefighters? It's available for whatever event, for our police, large-scale police standbys or events, any of our own kind of special events that we have as well. Something where we're trying to take care of our providers. So the trailer was donated. The cost for us essentially came out to wrap it to say Fitchburg on the side of it instead of Dane County on the side of it. And that money was actually taken from our donation funds. We still, over the course of the year, we get donations from the public, though predominantly through our service fees and our tax base, we still get a handful of donations. So it took those donations and we wrapped the trailer with identifying Fitchburg on it. Some of the stuff we put inside of it, we actually upgraded our tent. We had one of those pop-up tents that we've kind of been replacing and repairing for a couple of years. So purchased a new tent again out of that donation fund. Took some more equipment that came out of those disaster trailers that the county decommissioned. One of those being we'll call it an oxygen manifold. In the case of say a carbon monoxide poisoning, we have multiple patients who are in need of oxygen. We actually have a very large oxygen tank in here and can actually connect that up to a manifold and actually put 8 people on high flow oxygen all at one time, which is great as well, not just for our rehab trailer for our providers, but in the case of a civilian kind of accident where that's needed as well. The Verona Fire Association donated some chairs. They're actually some cooling chairs that cool the forearms. You just put some ice in there and we can cool them down. We have a misting fan, water fans, some portable litters. You mentioned the pop-up tent already and a portable generator that came from Dane County. So those are the kinds of things we put in this trailer. Sure, so we actually have a protocol in place, especially on days like today, in the extreme colds, extreme warm, and for any fire as well. The protocol states what we're trying to do is make sure that we keep our firefighters safe. And what that is based on some guidelines. Most of it is being based on the kind of work they do, how many air tanks they go through. So when they go inside and fight a fire or do overhaul or some rehabilitation of a house, they can only be on so many tanks of air, so much strenuous exercise for a certain time, and they need to get pulled out of that and essentially assessed. So it's something we already do. But those firefighters will come and they'll rotate through essentially a rehab section. We'll pop them down into a chair. We take some vital signs. Based on those vital signs, they rehydrate with water or whatever Powerade, some sort of electrolyte containing solution. There's options for food. We keep them there for a minimum, and there's a protocol put in place, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until their vital signs return to some certain parameters, in which case it's deemed they're okay enough. We've cooled them down, we warmed them up, and they can actually then continue on with firefighting operations. It's looking at the overall health of our providers. So if they're okay to return back to the firefighting operations, then they, as a group, will move back into that staging area to go do more firefighting operations. If there's a flag in there, some sort of, say, chest pain or shortness of breath, or we get some vital signs that don't return back to normal, then we actually keep them in rehab a little bit longer. Right now, because we don't have extra staffing here, the trailer will be available when we can get it to places, which is really going to be a Monday through Friday daytime hours when myself or the other Deputy Chief, Jeff Dostalik, is here. On weekends, kind of depending on and evenings, depending on the scale of the event, our current proposal is actually to have one of our ambulance crews. They'll take their ambulance, they'll hook this up to the car, they'll take the car and the rehab trailer to where it needs to go. Now, if it's in the Fitchburg district, so it's in the city of Fitchburg, city of Verona, Verona Township, they'll stay with it, and they'll actually provide that rehab like we would normally do anyways. Outside of our district is going to be subject a little bit more to the needs of availability. So we can still take that ambulance crew, we can still drop that trailer off and maybe just drop it and leave it there. They'll just be responsible for making sure that it gets back to us. Kind of a work in progress, kind of seeing how it deploys.
All right. Thank you to Patrick and to Andrew for filming the story. Great information. If you see that rehab trailer, now you know. All right, we'll take a quick break, wrap up the show next. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things.
2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks.
Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator.
My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day, I want to thank all of our guests. That's Bill Balke and Patrick Anderson from Fitchburg EMS. Glad that both of them could be here and help us out with the show. Glad to have them both here. And you can check out both of those interviews. Andrew will kindly get those posted up for you online. And guess what? You know where you can go and look at those? Here. The clicking sound means go there. Come on, Andrew. I'm just kidding. There's a delay in the... Anyway. Facebook and YouTube. What you don't hear is Andrew's always in my ear saying, yeah, I did it, okay? Jeepers. If you haven't gone online and checked us out yet, you need to do so. Have a great day, everybody. See you back here tomorrow, maybe.